All right, it is now 5:30 PM, and we are going to go ahead and get started with our February County Council meeting. We did have to move it from Monday to tonight. We appreciate everybody being here. I'm going to start with a prayer. If you'll pray with me, please. Heavenly Father, we come before you this evening with grateful hearts. We thank you for the many dedicated staff members and first responders who have worked tirelessly through the recent inclement weather. We're deeply appreciative of their commitment, their long hours, and their willingness to serve our county even in difficult and demanding conditions. We ask that you bless them with rest, strength, and renewed energy. We also ask for your guidance over this council and all who are entrusted with leadership. Grant us wisdom, clarity, and sound judgment as we make decisions on behalf of our citizens. Help us to act with integrity, fairness, and compassion. Direct our thoughts, our words, and our actions so that our decisions may reflect what is good and beneficial. Tie our decisions to right actions and help lead with humility and purpose. We ask for your protection over our county in the coming weeks and months. Keep our citizens, employees, and families safe. Watch over our roads, our homes, and our workplaces. Grant us peace, unity, and continued strength as we move forward together. We're thankful for the opportunity to serve you, and we place this meeting in our county into your care. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Excuse me.
Okay, we all have the agenda ahead of us. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion.
All right, there's a motion by Dr. Brand, second by Mr. Curtis. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, our agenda is adopted. We have two sets of minutes, one from the January 5th regular council meeting and then one from the January 20th council briefing. We'll start with the first one. Is there a motion to approve these minutes?
So moved.
Okay, motion by Mr. Smallwood. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. There's a second by Mr. Price. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Now, the January 20th council briefing, we all received the amended minutes reflecting the participation via Zoom. So do I have a motion to accept these minutes?
So moved.
All right, Mr. Kirkley, is there a second?
Second.
All right. Is that you, Bishop?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Is there any discussion? All right, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, we'll just pass around the bonds, payroll, and authorizations. We have no appointments. We'll move to public comments. Remember, this is a time when you all can talk to us, but we are not at liberty to speak back. However, we have your name and address, and we can connect you with your council member and certainly look into anything that we feel we need to do so afterward, but we will not be able to comment back. While we welcome all comments, public comments should be limited to 4 minutes per speaker. We have this wonderful timer up here to remind you where we are, 20 minutes per subject. And I have two folks who have signed up. Mr. Stephen Plyler. Oh, that's okay, it's a small crowd. I need you to come on up, though. We have to have it on the microphone because it's being recorded. You got this. We're a friendly crowd. We're a friendly group. Thank you.
Anyway, it's about trash.
Okay.
Hatchery Road still has the wood there. Lighthouse Church Road still got the mattress there. We had one chair on Peach Orchard Road, which is just a laid-back lounge chair. It's still there, which now is a two-person couch thing is added to that. So now I'm waiting on a couch and a TV and whatever else they're gonna throw out there. I mentioned before about putting ads in the paper and tell everybody it's free. All they got to do is carry the trash down to the dump. The only thing they had to pay for is 11 tires instead of 10. They can pay for 1 tire. 10 is free. Like I say, you can put the ads in the paper. See if they'll do it for free. Put it in the link in the Progressive. So anyway, that's as trash keeps building up, and there's no, I mean, can I put it in the back of my truck? I can't load it. Can I bring it to your house and put it out? What would you do? What would any of y'all do as far as me loading it up and bringing it in front of your house and unloading it? What are you gonna do? You're gonna call somebody to come get it. Y'all have that advantage over me and all the roads around my house. And a few days ago, somebody threw out a whole white bag of McDonald's, Burger King, wherever it came from. I mean, the bag and all the trash was just, it was there in a few minutes, you know, and French fries and everything else there. I'm not gonna stop and pick it up. Like I say, if a bird can't use it, don't throw it out the window.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Hughes?
Good evening, Council. My name is Kirby Hughes. I live at 2995 Highway 52 South, Cheraw, South Carolina. I'm here once again opposing the disguised tax as a fee for the county waste system. First, I would like to make a correction on the numbers that I brought before you concerning the amount of revenue that this tax would raise. In my calculations, I multiplied the number of residents by the tax being charged instead of the number of households, so I apologize for that mistake. However, this has never been about the amount of revenue that is being generated, but about the fair treatment of the taxpayers of Chesterfield County. I read to you once again how the great state of South Carolina defines a fee. A charge is legally a fee only if it meets all of the following requirements established by South Carolina Supreme Court. The person paying must get a specific benefit that the general public does not receive. As right now, someone in Bennettsville, if they work at Walmart, can bring their trash to Chesterfield County, drop it off, paying nothing, but yet we pay the fee. People from Dalton County can do the same, paying nothing, but yet we pay the fee. The benefit must be unique, not merely a slightly better version of what everyone else gets. The money must be spent only on the service tied to the fee, not placed in a general fund. A true fee is connected to something that the payer chooses to use or access. If any of these elements is missing, the charge is not a fee, it is a tax. And there are different things you need to do in order to pass a tax law. These rules come from Burns versus Greenville County Council in 2021, Brown versus the County of Horry in 1992, Campbell versus the City of Charleston in 1993. A charge is a tax when the fund generated is for the public service. It provides no specifically particularized benefits to the payer. It is not tied to a volunteer use. All the revenue is used for general government purposes. South Carolina does not define a fee and a tax in a single statute. Instead, the Supreme Court decision above are the controlling authority. If you want to look this up, South Carolina Code 6-1-300 and South Carolina Code 12-2-90. These statutes do not define fees in general, they simply regulate specific types of fees. Now, I've heard the words come out of your mouth that if you see that you have done something wrong, you will be the first to stand up and take charge and correct it. Board, you have done something wrong. Read the rules and apply your fees to the rules. I'm not asking for anything but fairness. I stand here before you alone today, but the next time you see me, I will be represented. We are filing an injunction already against Chesterfield County. I don't want to sue Chesterfield County. So I ask you, please do the right thing. It's about fairness. It's not about the $38. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hughes. All right, we have no ordinance readings, resolutions, no standing committee reports. items submitted by council. Moving down, items submitted by staff. Ms. Phelps had to leave a little early, so Ms. Stanley's going to handle her items on here. The first is a bid award for the construction of the Veterans Park. I believe we have one.
Yeah, we only had one bid that we received for the invitation for bids, and it was from DAP Contract, and it was in the amount of $64,623.50. And just want to remind everyone that this money is funded by, we've got a grant, and, you know, we don't, the council committed to $10,000, and then we also got a grant from Duke.
All right, is there a motion to accept this recommendation to award the bid to this company for the construction of Veterans Park?
So moved.
All right, Mr. Kirkley. And there's a second by Mr. Smallwood. Is there any more discussion?
All discussion, you did say that amount was how much?
$64,623.50.
And that money came from where?
It came from a grant, we got a PRT grant, and then accommodation tax money for $10,000, then we got Duke money.
I think some of them may, you have to commit as well
Yeah.
to have some skin in the game. So I
And then,
think-
I don't know if everybody's aware of, where it's gonna go in the courtyard at the courthouse.
All right, any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, Ms. Stanley, Chesterfield County Rural Water Company's pump station.
Okay, if everyone remembers at the briefing, I kindly discussed with you about Rural Water had come to me wanting to know if we could transfer, there's the portion of the land, you have a copy of the map, on our Highway 9 property, the very front corner of that, they wanted, come to me wanting to know if we would transfer that to them. The pump station, I put in front of you, some bullet points of, how it would serve. It would increase the availability through the Brox Mill area. It was also allow Carolina Center Industrial Park elevated tank would be more utilized. And the water pressures and flows to the eastern portion, it would significantly improve that. And then also reduce service interruptions by providing a redundant source of water. And Rural Water is willing to bear the cost of any of conveyance of the land, like, surveying, recording, or any administrative fee. I've got them here today in case if you wanted to ask any questions or anything.
Well, first of all, is there a motion to move forward with the Chesterfield County Rural Water Company's pump station,
They wanted to transfer it.
to transfer it?
So,
Well, we're going to have discussion. We just have to get there. We don't have to approve it yet, but we're just trying to get to the discussion. So is there a motion?
I motion that we move forward with that project.
Okay, there's a motion by Bishop McClendon. Is there a second?
We need a second, somebody.
Otherwise, it's going to die because we can't vote on it unless we can't have a discussion on it unless we.
I don't mind saying it, but I need a question asked.
Sure.
Asked.
I mean,
I'm
and
sorry.
so there's a motion and a second.
Okay, fine.
All right, there's a second by Mr. Curtis. Now, is there any discussion or any questions? And if you guys want to come up, that now might be a great time to do that. Okay, so now, we're not voting in favor of it right this second, we're just opening the opportunity to have a discussion.
That's correct.
So now, are there any questions or any discussion?
Will this have to go through the same three readings in the public hearing or just a one-time shot?
It would be a one-time shot, wouldn't it? if we convey it?
It is the transfer of property, so
So
the only thing we need to do, we would have
Three.
to do three
You have to
readings,
do
but
three?
I think this is an opportunity for council to tell us what
How do you want
How
to
you
proceed?
want-
you want to take.
Okay. And while we're still doing discussion, I don't have a problem per se with it, but I'd like to be able to have time to work it out to where I've got a couple ideas where we could swap off property up there in the industrial park that y'all may or may not be aware of. Do you know if that come to fruition with economic development?
Do what now?
The property that Libby was working on up there in Paisley Park, did that come to fruition
Oh,
there?
no.
Has not?
No, sir.
Okay. If it does, if we could swap dollar for dollar, we're not doing a thing in the world but swapping money, and we're helping them and helping us. I'd like for the rest of the board to consider that. But I'm ready to vote anytime.
Are there any more questions, any more discussion? Go ahead.
Yeah, I
Mr.
got some
Ford.
questions. So the location of the pump station that y'all were asking for the property for, does it have to be on the corner right there, or is there any other property close by that would work as well for what y'all were trying to do? I'm not against the project,
Right.
but I just feel strongly about us making decisions based off the best interests of the people, and us giving the people's land to a private entity, whether everybody views rural water as that or not, but us giving land that doesn't belong to us to a private entity, I really struggle with that. But also, if you put it on that corner, it takes away any future development potential for that piece of property, and we only use that property for storage. And it is a
busy corner, yeah.
It's a corner, and it's on a busy highway, and it might not be there now, but it could be later on. And I struggle with that.
The location is ideal for the project because of the location. It just happens to be county property. I'm not saying it wouldn't be okay to move the project. We would have to identify another piece of land, obviously.
Does it have to be on that corner, or can you move it back to a back corner where you're not on the frontage highway?
Not that
You
much
need
back
access to Highway 9
You do?
there.
Okay.
Is that correct, Charlie? Yeah, you need access to Highway 9 because it's going to move the water through that area. And so you need access to that line. And I understand it will benefit all the residents that are on Chesterfield County Rural Water in that area currently.
Mr. Price?
Is there a reason that you asked just to transfer it versus purchasing it?
Well, I didn't see that the county was using it currently, so I thought that maybe it would be, an okay thing to ask to donate the property to us, since it was going to benefit those residents.
Yeah. I think if you open that up, though, that leads to another whole realm of folks coming to the county and asking for something for free. It's no offense to you guys. I would ask too.
Right.
Freeze for
Personally, I don't think that my constituents in the Pageland end of the county would benefit from that and us giving away a property. I understand, I believe in what you're doing. I just was curious as to why you would ask for free, we're not saying let's get it appraised and, purchase it at a fair amount.
The main reason is because it is benefiting those residents of
In that
Chesterfield
market?
County. That's correct.
In that market, right? It doesn't
In
help.
that area, I mean, the whole system works together is the best way to say that. So anything that you can improve in any part
Yeah.
of the system affects the rest of the system, so.
Madam Chair.
Sure.
Ms. Johnson, that's a pressurized system. You go out to bore number 9, right?
Yes.
Water's on the other side of the road, isn't it, Charlie?
Is that correct? Both sides.
We got water on both sides now? Okay, is that a 12 on this side too? Okay, so I mean, it's a pressurized system. Regardless where you put the pump station, it's going, if it's up there on top of the hill, but I don't blame you for going there first. But I'd really like for this board to think about what we're doing with the property on Pageland. If y'all remember, with Libby, with economic development, and at least consider it. That way, we're not giving it away. It's not costing them, it's not costing us. We're just doing a swap. And that sounds to me a lot better with tax law.
Mr. Kirkley?
I'd just like to piggyback to Councilman Ford and Price's comment, but I guess my question is, would Chesterfield Rural Water be willing to purchase it?
We would, yeah,
I
we
mean,
would be willing to
if-
consider it, yes, sir.
I mean, I understand that there could be a higher value to it in the years to come, but, I mean, we're basically not in the real estate business anyway. So, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed if they were willing to purchase it to sit down and try to figure out something on a purchase. I don't know about the land that Councilman Curtis is talking about, so I can't
bring
see
you up to
that.
speed on that.
you know. So,
We could also do some type of agreement, if at any time we abandon that station, that it would revert
Fall back.
back to the county, or, obviously stay in communication if there was another plan for that piece of property. But, we're going to invest about $250,000 to $300,000 into that pump station, so.
And it will benefit how many residents in that area?
I don't have an exact count, several hundred in the area.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And
significant.
it'll more efficiently use the assets that we currently have, the 2 tanks, Brock's Mill tank and the industrial park tank also. So that if you have high demand or you have a major freeze, weather issues like we've had recently, that'll help us move the water in that area more efficiently.
So that's significant. So I'm not real clear on what the motion needs to be then here. Can you?
May I? I made a motion because I know Mr. Charlie Gray, and he has thoroughly done his research. Do you have any comments for us to say? Because I'd like to hear from you if you do.
Well, I mean, it does benefit basically the Fox Mill area all the way down to Cheraw through Windsor Park, and potentially all the way over to Manor Road and Market Street Extension. The problem is that the industrial park tank is significantly lower than Brock's Mill tank or the Chesterfield tanks. And as such, we basically are just using it as a supplemental tank to augment the supply of water just down number 9, basically east to Cheraw, because if we can't get any water up the other way. And when, in hot weather periods, when all those poultry farms activate their sprayers, and hot weather days, we end up basically running out of water in Roxville Tank because we can't keep up. And that's really what the issue is there. It's trying to utilize that resource better. And it all ties into all that project. As Julie said, the whole county's tied together. So if we can reduce the demand in the Cheraw area on one tank, it helps another area of the county as well. If that makes sense.
Right, so I have been told that this is not an actionable item tonight.
Okay.
Mr. Bryant's going to clarify that for us. So we're taking this as a point of information tonight, and then I'm to send it to committee, so I'll need to send it to Finance Committee. So I apologize for any confusion on that, but it looks like this is not an actionable item tonight, since we need to have more discussion.
Well, I appreciate y'all's time and the consideration.
Oh, certainly, yeah. And I mean, this is obviously something that's important that we need to
Yes.
consider. So I'm going to send it to Finance if you all are okay with that. And then hopefully by the time we come back together next month, we'll be
Okay.
a little more clear.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Mr. Gray.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
don't we need to clear up this motion?
Well, it's a motion and a second, but
already voted
I
on it.
think it's a dead, we didn't vote to move forward or to not do it because I was advised that this is not an actual item.
The motion was made just for discussion only.
I think given all the questions surrounding this and the mix of feelings, I think it's a good thing for finance to investigate and make a recommendation to council whether or not it's a good idea or not.
I mean, if y'all want to go ahead and vote, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
I make a motion
Okay.
that we forward this to the Finance Committee.
So you're amending,
Yes.
or I think Bishop McClendon needs to amend the motion.
I amend the motion that we forward this to the Finance Committee to investigate and come back with a recommendation to the council.
Is there a second? All right. Any more discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All right, it's back to you, Mr. Smallwood, for the consideration for the Finance Committee for that, please.
And we will take it. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
All right, so, Ms. Stanley.
We've got 2 items on here that we need to surplus. It's actually an F-250 and 2020 and a 2019 Dodge Charger that was actually totaled. And the insurance company has come I was going to pick the vehicles up, but we got to surplus them, so I wanted to bring those to you this month.
Okay, so we have 2 items requested that council declare a surplus at this time. Is there a motion for this?
Motion.
All right, there's a motion by Mr. Ford. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Second by Mr. Curtis. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, unfinished business, none. No new business, no board appointments. Administrators report.
Okay, wanted to, I know I've mentioned this, a couple of you about what I was going in the animal shelter, and it's wonderful news. They've actually started up some spay and neuter programs, and we've actually got 4 of them this month. We just had to cancel one Monday because of the storm, so they're rescheduling it. But this Saturday, we've got a spay and neuter clinic over there, and they're going to do 150 cats. And if you know, last month, they done like 89 cats. And so they're doing another. They're partnering, just to let you know a little bit more, they're partnering with a mobile vet that's coming to our shelter and doing this. Now, in-house, we are doing on the February 23rd, we're doing a 25 dog spay and neuter. We're opening that up for 25 dogs, and then the 28th, it's going to be a combination of dogs and cats. So they're taking, people is calling and they're taking applications. Then the February, like I said, the February 2nd one, they're going to reschedule it. But, it's great news. They're offering, the vet is offering to do it for $50, and then if the citizens don't have the $50, they've also got a grant that will help fund that until they deplete all of that. So it's actually, and I actually was at the last one, and there was only like 3 citizens that didn't pay the $50 that wasn't able to do it. And some of them actually gave a donation also. So I think it's pretty good that they're working hard, and we've got partners coming in helping us, so they're doing great things over there. And then I also wanted to update you on Mr. Blakely. I had talked to Libby, and she's still trying to get up with him. She's been by his house a couple times. Yeah, she's been by his house a couple times, and she can't get into the door, or he's not there, but she's still trying to work with him, and she actually did leave some of the documentation at his house the last time she went by.
Okay.
So I just wanted to update you on that. But other than that, that's all I got.
Thank you.
Council member announcements. I have a couple of things. Sheriff Streeter sent a letter, a press release out, recognizing the actions of Sergeant Matthew Winburn and firefighter Matthew Oliver, who demonstrated exceptional courage, quick decision-making, and complete disregard of their own safety in order to save the lives of 2 Chesterfield County citizens recently. And I'd like to ask them to come next month and for all of us to recognize them. But with their timing of our meeting this month and the weather, I decided maybe it would be better to wait until next month. But just want to tell you thank you, Sheriff Streeter, for recognizing them. And Kip Kaiser also sent me a message, and I know several of you have done so also. But, that's real hero stuff right there. And I just wanted to make sure that we publicly appreciate them at our next meeting. Senator Blackman also called me a little bit earlier today, and he said that the 2 full-time magistrates have been selected, and they have both passed their tests, and they're in the process of being confirmed by the Senate and the governor's office. But we should have 2 full-time magistrates joining us soon. We would like to maybe have them sworn in before a council meeting so that we can all recognize them and be a part of that celebration. So he just asked me to please pass that on. Just a reminder, too, that we have our Legislative Action Day a little bit later in February in Columbia. Thank you for everybody who's willing to go to that. And that's all I had. Are there any other announcements?
Yes, I have an announcement. If you will, I was so overwhelmed, impressed by the groundbreaking with McLeod Sherrod on last Friday, and the top down was there. Could you just take a moment, because this affects all of us, and elaborate on that? Because the leadership from the highest, with the doctors and the board was there, and the way they spoke was love for the county. Could you elaborate on that, please?
Sure. So rural health care doesn't get a lot of love these days. I don't think any new rural hospitals have been built since 2000, actually, and 6 have closed since 2010 in South Carolina. So rural health care is really at a pivotal point right now. But McLeod, in full disclosure, I'm on the board, so I want everybody to know, I'm saying this, but I am on the board. So, but McLeod recognizes that our citizens across the region are important, not just the low-hanging fruit where a lot of the growth is happening, and it's easy to cherry pick services. So McLeod Board of Trustees voted to move forward with a new hospital in Sherrall. We did have some issues with the envelope of our hospital, so the choice was either to redo the envelope or just to build a new facility. We are going to connect with the emergency room because that's a newer part of the hospital campus already. We hope to have it done in the next couple of years. So it is very exciting for rural health care. And it's great, and I'm going to say this to the chamber breakfast in the morning, but it's great for our citizens, but it's also confidence and reassurance for our industry. that they know that they have. And in my talking points, it said, our citizens are now going to have first-class care. And I'm like, we have first-class care. The care is excellent at the hospital. We have some of the lowest turnover rate in the system and some of the best outcomes. However, we're going to have first-class building to match the first-class care. But I am very proud that that commitment is being seen through, because it's over $60 million. So thank you. And
Thank you for serving on that board.
well, I'm honored to have the opportunity, but I'm also very thankful it's not a one-person decision. Like you said, it's a decision that's made by many people, and I really appreciate my fellow board members for seeing the importance of rural health care and not just going for the low-hanging fruit. So, yeah, thank you.
I got something, Ms. Anderson.
Sure, sure.
A couple things. I ride by the same trash that Mr. Plyler is talking about most days through my travels, and I feel very similar to the way you do about that trash. And obviously, at the last meeting, we discussed what it took to try to get DOT involved to pick up that dump truck load of trash on Horace Price. So, not saying that everybody on council feels this way and has said anything, but I have had a discussion with the administrator about the potential of looking at and exploring an option to see if we could come up with one of those little self-loader trucks like some of the municipalities have. Even though the state roads are not our burden, it is our county, and it makes us look bad. So I've asked her to kind of explore the option, if we could find, even if it was a secondhand option or something like that, that we could have one of our employees at the road department to go and pick up some of those bigger items like that are affecting the county. And we hadn't made any headway on that just yet, but that is a topic of discussion. And on the second thing, Mr. Hughes, I appreciate your diligence in coming back to talk to us about the trash fee, and I completely respect your opinion on it. I think my question is, instead of giving me the legal scholar speech about the law, because I'm not a legal scholar, so it doesn't resonate with me. If you're aware that 62% of every tax dollar that you pay goes to the school district, and when you use that analogy with the speech that you have been giving us, there's many people sitting in this room that pay a 62% of their tax bill to the school and don't even have a child in their house. They didn't even have children, and it benefits them zilch. They don't even have an opportunity to utilize that. So my question for you is, when's the last time you went to the school district and told them that 62% was an unfair fee because it's not accessible according to the rule that you and the law that you read out to us? That's my statement for that I understand your opinion and I respect that.
No, sir. In fact, we are finished with, unless any other council member has an
Got one
announcement.
announcement. Okay. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Sure.
It's my pleasure at this time to announce that I am offering myself up for re-election for District 4, Chesterfield County Council in the coming months. Thank you.
Mr. Kirkley.
Yes, I'd like to ask for the counties to be thinking about Alligator Fire Department fireman. He had a wreck in this ice storm, and just keep him in your thoughts. He's doing well. He's out of ICU, and he's doing physical therapy. So, just his name's Dwayne Dutton. I've asked if I could make sure I could say that, but just keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He was out during the ice storm or the snowstorm and responding to a call and had an incident himself. So we forget about those that have to go out and travel in the inclement weathers.
What's his last name?
Dwayne Dutton.
Dutton, D-U-T-T-O-N.
Thank you.
All right, any more
And
announcements?
I'd also like to thank the administrator, Ms. Stanley, for all the hard work she has done with the Treasurer's Department and the audit. She has worked endlessly with that department, and she didn't have to. So I thank you.
Hopefully, we'll have an audit either this week or next
That's what I was
week.
going to ask.
Yep.
Coming soon.
Keep your fingers crossed.
All right, there is a need to go into executive session. Mr. Bryant, I'm going to send it to you for that.
Thank you, Council Chair Anderson. Pursuant to South Carolina Code, Section 3470A2, council is now entering into executive session for the discussion of negotiations, incident, proposed contractual agreements, the receipt of legal advice where the legal advice relates to a pending, threatened, or potential claim, or other matters covered by the attorney-client privilege regarding the detention center. Council may take action by voting upon the matter referencing Agenda Item 17A after exiting executive session.
Okay, is there a motion to go into executive session? Motion. All right, there's a
Second.
motion by Dr. Brand, second by Mr. Price. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All right, we are now in executive session. now out of executive session. While we are in executive session, no motions were made or votes were taken. I was just saying, while we were in executive session, no motions were made or votes were taken, but we did have some great discussion on an item that I think we collectively are concerned about, and that is our detention center. And it's something that I think that we need further exploration on, perhaps building a new detention center. So I'd like to send that to the building committee. If y'all will do that. Mr. Ford, you'll take it? All right. And that is all the business that I have tonight. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Okay, there's a motion by Mr. Kirkley, second by Dr. Brand. Any discussion? All in favor, indicate by saying aye. All right, we are now adjourned. Thank you, guys.